Okay. All right. You know what? We're gonna say this is good enough. Al Apache, man, you are like my number one fan. I appreciate you being here, my friend. I really do. Listen, the Discord is open because I want this to be like an open mic, more of a discussion kind of a game.
All right.
Oh,
You know what?
let
We're
me
gonna say
just,
this
sorry.
is good enough.
Al Apache, man, you are like my. Oh, what's going on again? I did this again. I'm getting feedback. So, just trying to get these settings right. Hmm. What do I need to do in order to fix that? I feel that I do this every single time. Hmm. Okay, so let me know. Are you hearing the stream twice? Are you getting twice the audio recording? I am good. But the thing is, I'm getting feedback on my own thing. That's crazy. It's not echoing, but on the actual computer, it's giving me feedback twice, which is, I don't understand why that is happening. But that is what we're trying to deal with. So I'm going to try to sort that out without shutting down the stream. Okay, so I don't know why I'm getting that thing twice. That's crazy. I think I'm good. You know what? PC is always amazing, isn't it? You know? Look, I'm just trying to check all my tabs just to make sure that it's not a tab I have running in the background. Let me see. I'm not even on Discord, so it's not that. Just mm-hmm. Why is that coming through the desktop audio? I don't understand. I don't understand what is happening, peoples. Let me see. Maybe I can figure it out. Maybe it's OBS itself. Just going to try that. No, not that. Mozilla, putting everything down there. uh, yeah, that seems to have done it. I think we are good now. I think that is doable. But I still don't know why it's happening. Oh, I think I had a double tab thing running. I think I found the rogue tab that was happening. So we should be good. It should be good. We should be good. Okay. So let me go back and fix certain settings because that's the one thing you forget about the setting that you checked up and then suddenly things are bad again. All right, people. That should be there. Right. What was I saying? I was saying that El Apache, if you want to jump on the Discord, I don't know if you happen to be one of those Discord types, but the link is up there. I don't know if anyone else is watching. If you are, just go ahead. We're going to talk a little bit about this whole Game Pass, thing because I think it warrants a few conversations around it. I made a video about it in case you guys haven't seen it yet. But essentially, what we have is that Microsoft has increased the prices of Game Pass to such a level that I think that for most people, it no longer makes any sense. Okay. I also wanted to know, would it be useful to kind of compare it against what PlayStation Plus is offering? Okay. So just so that we can see a little bit about, kind of where the lineup side by side. Because I think that this has made PlayStation Plus, if we were to say that something has to be the best value in gaming, I think now it is undeniable that PlayStation Plus has the best value in gaming when you think about everything that they have there. And I think that is also um what is it? It's also interesting that Microsoft made a few moves that are really okay. You know what? We'll go through it together because I think this is interesting enough. Maybe I want to find like the US version because the one that I have for Microsoft will be the US version. So let me see, PlayStation Plus US, just to see what we have. And then we can compare the prices more directly because when I go to PlayStation Plus, normally, what I have is I'm going to have the one that is for Australia. So there we go. Now I think we should be able to copy that, put that here, and that should give me everything that I want. Yep, that says premium. Okay, and then over here, let's go to the bookmarks. So you're just getting the whole show together. All right. So, Apache, man, you're not taking my offer? You're not coming through the Discord? That's crazy. That's crazy. My man said, look, Emmanuel, this stream, I can support you from the sideline, but I ain't going there. I'm not doing this thing, you know? So, that's going to be interesting. All right. So let's have this conversation. Let me go ahead and bring it up on screen so that you and I can all of us can see, what it is that we'll be dealing with. Okay, so let's do this. So here we have PlayStation Plus. Let me see which one. I don't want the Australian one. Okay, so we have Xbox Game Pass. Now, over here we have Essential, Premium, and Ultimate. On PlayStation Plus, we have Essential, Extra, and Premium. And for some reason, PlayStation Plus has it going from right to left and whatever. It doesn't matter. So, if we're going to compare the base rates, okay, so Essential gives you 50 plus games right off the bat, okay, on the Game Pass. Okay, Game Pass Essential gives you 50 plus games right off the bat. It is going to be available on PC, console, and cloud. So you get cloud gaming there. It will be unlimited cloud gaming, which means that, to me, what it means is that you will not be limited in how long you can play, but there will be a queue before you go in. And that is kind of revealed by, the subsequent tiers, how they shorten the wait time for you. It will give you in-game benefits, so for Riot Games, including for Riot Games, online console multiplayer, and then the ability to have Microsoft rewards. Okay. Now here's the thing. I am not a what is it? He said that he doesn't talk much. No problem, El Apache. I am not a gamer, sorry, that looks to game the system with like reward points and everything like that. Even when PlayStation Stars was there, I felt like, okay, as a passive thing, it was good, but I wasn't going to like make extra purchases because I was like close to unlocking certain things with PlayStation Stars, something like that, right? I still wish that the system was there, but I'm just saying that I'm not motivated by these reward points and everything. And also, these in-game benefits, including for Riot Games, I don't play any Riot Games. And I think that a lot of people don't play Riot Games. So we're just going to take that off. We're just going to consider it as three key benefits, okay? The smaller catalog of 50 plus games for Essential, the access to online for the console, the unlimited cloud gaming, and that's pretty much it. Those are the three that really matter. Now, on the PlayStation Plus side, for the Essential, you'll be looking over here on the right-hand side. You will get monthly games, online multiplayer, some discounts, some exclusive content, which whatever that is. Actually, the exclusive content is usually the in-game content, like the in-game rewards, matching what Game Pass does, cloud storage, and then share play. Okay, so out of all of these things, the ones that I actually care about are the monthly games. So the monthly games is what is going to be analogous to the 50 plus games that you're going to get on Game Pass Essential. Now this is interesting because the monthly games on Essential work in a unique way from everything else, even on PlayStation Plus. So if you don't know, the monthly games, the way that they work on PlayStation Plus Essential, is that you will get to keep those games indefinitely forever, so long as you add them to your, let's call it a game vault. Like basically, you have a personal game vault. When the monthly game is on offer, you can manually add it to your game vault, and it will be there for you to play whenever you want, and it will never go away. At least that's in theory. Okay. So long, and you will only have access to it so long as you have an active PlayStation Plus subscription. But if you let your subscription lapse, you can come back later and then resume the essential library or high tier of PlayStation Plus, and you will get access to your vault once again with all of the games that you had. So it's not like you have to like keep your subscription going indefinitely. You can take breaks, you can skip certain months if you want to, so on and so forth. But basically, while your subscription is active, your game vault will be available to you. If it is not active, it will not be available to you. And for that period of time that it is not active, you will not be able to add those games to your personal vault. So that's kind of the way that this is very different. Now, what this does is that from the offset, when we're taking just a look at the catalog of games that you have available to you, Game Pass gives you more right out of the gate. But these 50 plus games can be taken away from you. They can be moved in and out of that particular pool of games that they are going to create for you. And Microsoft basically, can still have all of the control over it. And games can leave the service altogether. So that's kind of the thing. Whereas with PlayStation Plus, once you get the monthly game and you get 3 of them every month, so that means over a year you only have 36, but those 36 are tied to your account forever. And you will be able to play them so long as you have an active PlayStation Plus subscription. So I don't know which one is better or worse. Now, long term, the monthly games are better because after 10 years, let's say, okay, you will have 360 games in your personal vault that will always be available to you so long as subscription is active. Whereas on Game Pass, you will only still have about 50, maybe like 100 games by then. After 10 years, that will be available on the essential tier. So you will have like 3 times to, 3, 4, 5 times more games available after, let's say, a 10-year period on the PlayStation Plus side. But that is like a unique thing. Some people are going to say, hey, give me the games up front. Other people are going to say, like, yeah, let me collect the games over time and see what that gives me. Okay. Of course, we have the online multiplayer. Then we have the discounted exclusive content. Now, the exclusive content pretty much is the same thing as in-game benefits over here. So they match that. Look, I'm sure Xbox has discounts as well. So the exclusive discounts on PlayStation Plus are usually like 10% off. Sometimes a game is discounted and then you get like a further 10% off because you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber. Does that really change the way things work? I don't really think so. So I'm not really going to count it. I'm sure that there's going to be moments where you're like, oh, this is actually a substantial discount that is only available to Plus subscribers. But that's more like the exception than the rule. So this one doesn't really count to me. Cloud storage. I think that Xbox gives you cloud storage for free, no matter whether you subscribe or not. And I think that PlayStation should do the same, especially because there is no way to manually save your save files from a PlayStation just using a USB stick like they used to be in the PlayStation 4 generation. So PlayStation 5, if you don't have cloud storage, then that console is the only sole, refuge for your save files. And that's a little bit scummy, especially because, these consoles are expensive. Either give me a way to manually back up my save files like you used to on the PlayStation 4 and earlier, or make cloud storage available for free. Now, another big feature is SharePlay. And I think it's actually fair for them to charge for SharePlay. SharePlay basically means that if you have a game, let's say like a Clear Obscure Expedition 33, pretty much any game on PlayStation 5 actually, doesn't really, there's no restriction. But let's say that you can't get through a battle. You can remotely give the controller, hand over the controller to a friend over, online, and then they will be playing from their side, they will be playing your game on your side. Basically, a virtual controller, you give them access and they can play the game. So they can help you beat that particular level, that particular part. It's actually really useful and super, super interesting when you find a good time to apply it. And the only reason I was thinking about Expedition 33 is because this is something that we did, my friends and I, when we were doing Expedition 33. So for example, if you have a secret. There's like a secret area. You're like, hey, by the way, if you go left, right, left, this or that, smash that wall over there, you're going to find this secret area. This is another thing that could be perfect for a silk song, you know. But again, your friend is like, look, I can't be bothered remembering all your directions. I'll just give you the controller. You go ahead, you smash that wall, or you show me the secret or whatever, and then we can go and you can give me the controller back. Now, by the way, if you are ever in that moment where you're sharing your play, you can always take control back because you are still the person who has the account. So I really like share play, and I do think that is a feature that is good enough and interesting enough that it's fair for it to be behind this paywall, especially because it's at the cheaper entry point. Okay, let's read some comments. I have lost access to dozens of games I used to play on PS Plus that used to be on PS Plus. Listen, you can lose access to games if they are part of the catalog, which is what we'll be talking about. But the monthly games, I don't know if I've lost access to any of them. But then again, I don't know if I've been diligent with checking because after a certain point, I don't check anymore, you know. And then J Hart says PlayStation Plus gives 3 games a month, and I've been pretty good ones lately. Listen, I have always liked the essential games. Before they were just called the PlayStation Plus, whatever it was, but pretty much the monthly games, I have always been a fan of them. I think that in a year where you get 36 games, there's at least 12 to 16 that are like really, really good games. Not just really good games, but games that actually matter to me and that actually resonate with me. So I've always found it to be a great value for the lower price that it is at. And also, there's no mention of pricing here. I'm gonna have to like see the actual plans so that we can see what the pricing is, so for all of these things. So let's see. Okay, so over here we can see that there will be, okay, I can choose there, so that would be cool. All right, we can get to that later. Okay. Oh, by the way, I have an open Discord, guys, an open mic kind of thing. Glenn, J Hart, you want to Garudo, you want to come up, and just talk in the chat. We can do that directly. There's a link to the Discord right there. I want this to be an open mic so that I don't have to think about, because I feel self-conscious otherwise. I'm just like, but whoever wants to listen to me. Mm. Okay. So I think overall, if you are in it for the long term, PlayStation Plus Essential is a better value than Game Pass Essential. However, I think if you are only looking to like dip in and out some of the time, then I think that Game Pass Essential just gives you more right off the bat. So that is, I will call it a tie between the two of them. I think SharePlay is a secret weapon that PlayStation has. However, it's not like I use it all that often. I think I may use it maybe once or twice a year. Really appreciate it when I do, but it's not something that I'm doing every week. So I'll call this one a tie. Now let's look at extra versus premium. So on Game Pass, we're going to look at the Game Pass Premium tier, and then on PlayStation Plus, we're going to look at the Extra tier. Okay, so there it is. Now, before we continue, let's see, who do we have here? Then let's see, PlayStation Plus. Yeah, PlayStation Plus is essentially perfect for me. Just need online free games at Plus, and I don't buy digital and a lot of old games. Yeah, actually, I agree with that because I think that Essential really gives you games that make you sort of like, it removes the bitterness of having to pay for online, if that makes sense. Because a lot of those games are genuinely worth it. And as a person that doesn't play games day one necessarily, I'm really, really happy that I have something like Essential because look, here's my rule. I refuse to buy a game unless I'm going to play it within the next 2 weeks. So there's no point in me having a game just to keep it around, sitting in my backlog for 5 years. I've done that so many times. I got tired of doing that. I created this new rule. And ever since then, I've seen so many times happen when I've let the game go, not because I'm not interested, but because I'm not going to play it right away. And then by the time I honestly come around to like playing it, it's already on PlayStation Plus Essential or Extra or whatever. And I'm like, great, save me money. Because like, what's the point? What is the point of me paying for a game that I'm going to sit there for 6, 7, 8 months, if not longer, and I'm not touched it? And then I realize, oh, I could have just saved the $60 or $70 if I just waited for it to come to the service. So I'm not saying use the service to replace your own gaming purchase decision, but I'm saying, hey, look, just create that rule. If you're going to pay for a game, make sure it's something you're going to play within the next 2 weeks, and then watch yourself incidentally save some money, just along the way. Now let's continue here. Garuda says, I've lost access only to the ones not compatible with PS5, if my mind serves me correctly, but even then, it's not many at all. That makes sense. You're currently my travel buddy for work, about to get off the train. Hey, listen, man, I hope that you have a good time at work, or unless you just came off of work, in which case I hope that you have a great time at home. Hang out in the chat while you can. It's going to be cool. Let's see, El Apache. I'm a person that turns my opinion in a reasonable way, and I don't lie. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Because really, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to have honest conversations from a hopefully educated standpoint, and to have a balanced conversation about everything. It is fun to make fun and attack the other side and everything, take a jab here and there. But at the end of the day, it has to be grounded in reality. You can't just make things up. Okay, let's take a look at like I was saying, Game Pass Premium. So here you get 200 plus games. So you get the library that you got before, and then they add 150 plus games on top of that, right? Because I don't imagine that there will be some games that are essential but not in premium. So they give you 150 more games. Okay, now you're going to now also have new Xbox games published within a year into that service. So no more day and date. That's gone. Oh, I mean, it is in the ultimate tier, but it's gone from this premium tier. No day and date games from Xbox, but within a year, which is reasonable, not that big a deal. We were just talking about waiting for games, so this is perfectly fine. You get the unlimited cloud gaming, but this time with shorter wait times. And this could be another scam. I know I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but I was thinking about it as I was looking at this more, since yesterday when I made, well, technically it was today, when I made the video at 2 a.m. in the morning. I didn't pick up on this, but these shorter wait times, because here's the thing. This means that if you have a cloud server, right? You have a cloud server, it has X amounts of spots available for people to use. Let's say that it has, I don't know, it doesn't even matter what the number is, maybe 500 spots. The person who, and then there's a queue. Let's say there's like 100 people waiting. The people that are essential, they're going to be just put on the queue normally, right? Wherever it is that you happen to land, you could be number 12. But then what this says to me is that if I'm number 12 in the queue and I'm waiting for my turn to play, then a person comes and he has premium. He's going to be pushed up in front of me. So now I'm either number 13, or they just shadow give him the spot while still saying that I'm number 12. Does that make sense? Now, they don't tell me that I'm 13. They just tell me that I'm number 12 still. But when there is a spot vacant, they put someone there that has the premium subscription to play ahead of me. And then I just feel like, oh, people are not getting off as quickly, getting off the service as quickly as I thought they would, or as quickly as they were in the past. Because for me, it looks like they're going to be able to jump the queue. But then people in Ultimate can jump the queue even more so, So what I think is going to be is that people that are premium are always going to be put ahead of people that have essential. And one thing is that people that have Ultimate, what they will probably do is that they will reserve per server a few spots to only be for Ultimate members. So if you are Ultimate, you don't go to the queue at all. You're just going to be able to be, or maybe you have like a small queue for the reserve spots, and that means that you're going to have the shortest wait times because you're kind of like in the VIP section anyway. So that's what I think is going to basically happen. And that could be a little bit of a scam, because here's where the scam could come in. This works, kind of well and fine if the servers are full. But what if they artificially make you wait when the servers are not full because they still want you to go through the pain point of having to wait because you're only on essential? So what I'm saying is, like, let's say around 2 a.m. in the morning in your area, when there's pretty much nobody on, you go on to the unlimited cloud gaming, Xbox Cloud or whatever, X Cloud, and you want to play a game, but you only have essential. Well, now the system is like, well, there's all of these servers and are all vacant, But we don't want you to get access immediately because we still want you to feel that pain point of like, damn, I have to wait another 5 minutes before I can start playing the game. So then they can artificially limit you and make you wait, even though there's no one ahead of you, there's no queue to be had, and there's all of this vacant server space that you could be utilizing. So I just thought about that when I was driving. I was like, how would you know? As an end user, how would you know if you're waiting for a real organic wait time, or if you're waiting because the server sees your Game Pass subscription level and makes you wait in order to tempt you into upgrading into the higher tiers? So that's one thing that I was just like, man, that could be really tricky. But let's continue. You get the same in-game benefits as the previous tier. You will get the online console, and then you're going to play and earn $50 rewards. So out of this, if it were me, okay, and I can only talk for myself, I will be interested in the game catalog, right? I will be interested in the new Xbox published games within a year of launch. I think that's a fair deal. Okay. I would be interested in the online multiplayer. So that's pretty much it. I don't really know about these in-game benefits. I probably don't play those games. For example, I don't play Riot games. So for me, this whole thing is just kind of like meh. Now let's go and see what PlayStation Plus will have to offer. And then the analogous system is going to be the extra tier. So you get the monthly games from before. In fact, you get everything from before, and you get the game catalog, and you get the Ubisoft classics. Now listen, the last time that I checked in Australia, because the game catalog from PlayStation is going to change depending on which geographical area you come from. The last time that I personally did a count, just going through the PlayStation Plus list on my console and doing the thing, that was 550 games that were in the game catalog. Okay? And that was exactly like Game Pass. PlayStation will cycle these in and out at their leisure. You don't get full access to these like forever. You don't add it to your personal vault. This is just what's available to you to pick from the server and download. So you get 550 games. That was the last count that I made personally, versus 200. That is a lot more games that you get access to. And you get Ubisoft Classics right here. Okay. So right there. Now, Ubisoft Classics are part of the game catalog. So it's not like it adds extra games on top of the 550. It's more like the Ubisoft Classics are part of the 550 games that you get. Okay. Whereas on Game Pass, you only get the Ubisoft Classic tiers, I'm pretty sure, on the last tier. So that's it, right? So again, Ubisoft Classics are part of the game catalog, right? Um, on PlayStation Plus, and that's how they get you 550. Well, I'm not sure if Ubisoft Classics contributes that many games, but I'm sure they contribute like at least 30 to 40 games, right? So that's how you get 550 here. But you will have to wait for that privilege and pay up all the way to Ultimate if you want that on the Xbox side. So let's talk about Ultimate. On Ultimate, you will get 400 plus games. Okay, so now the game catalog is matching or very close to what you get on PlayStation Plus. Okay, and what you have is 75 day one games. Okay, and this will include all Xbox published games day one, including Call of Duty, which over here Premium did not have. Okay, and Premium will also not be receiving Call of Duty games within a year, because that's what that asterisk is for. Okay, so pretty much if you want Call of Duty or games of that caliber, you have to go all the way here, but you will get them day one. This is where the day and day thing comes back. Okay, 400 games, 75 day one games a year. You will get Ubisoft Classics, which will match what PlayStation has, and EA Play, which I'm pretty sure that PlayStation Plus doesn't have EA Play included. And you will also get Fortnite Crew if you happen to be a person that can take advantage. I mean, you get it regardless, but it only matters to you if you will use it. Okay. Unlimited cloud gaming at the best quality, which will be 1440p, whereas on PlayStation is 4K, kind of a thing to look out for there, with the shortest wait times. So again, I think that this is where they will give you reserve spots. So, if there's 500 spots available, I imagine 10% of those will be reserved for Ultimate subscribers only. So, hey, listen, if there's like 600 people waiting, and then there's only, the 600 people waiting, and they only have Essential on Game Pass, they're still going to have those reserve spots for the Ultimate subscribers. and those will not be given out to the essentials guys. So that if a person comes in with, Game Pass Ultimate, they can make use of the system immediately. That's how I think they're going to do it. Okay. Now the in-game benefits include for Riot Games is still there, the online console multiplayer is still there, and you can get up to $100 a year with the store rewards if you care to. By the way, chai tea, amazing. Caramel chai, actually. I didn't even have to add any extra honey or anything like that. Just fantastic, lovely, lovely tea. Okay, let's look at what PlayStation Plus Premium has to offer you. So the same thing as before, right? We have the monthly games, the online multiplayer, the exclusive discounts, the content, the cloud storage, the share play, the game catalog, the Ubisoft Classics, and now the Classics catalog. Now I think the Classics catalog adds about, I want to say from memory, it's about 150-ish games now. So you have the 550 games from the game catalog, and then an extra 150 games or so from the Classics catalog, right? And this will give you about 700-ish games that you have to play. Again, this depends on the region that you're in, right? Because I think in the US you get like more games than I do over here. It is what it is, but let's say 700-ish games just for our conversation. Okay, you will get the game trials, which is interesting. Again, looking for memory game trials, there's probably about between 30 and 50 games available for game trials. You guys let me know. I don't have my PlayStation on at the moment. You get a PS5 cloud streaming, but this can stream all the way to 4K quality, and this is the only tier that gets it. So that means that you will have a shorter wait time compared to Game Pass. Let's assuming that they have the same server performance, because there's only you guys in premium can even have access to this. So everybody else, they don't get access to it. So you will not be fighting. I imagine you will not be fighting as much, but you get it up to 4K, and then you get a Sony Pictures catalog, which is about movies, because Sony owns a bunch of movies and everything like that. Now, I'm just going to talk from a gamer. I do not care about the Sony Pictures catalog. Yes, there's games like the new, I think the recent Spider-Verse, like Into the Spider-Verse, kind of movies and everything are in there, but we're talking about gaming. So we don't care about this Pictures catalog. Cloud streaming is interesting, but in Australia, we don't get premium. We get something called deluxe, and it is the same as this thing, except it removes the cloud streaming. For that, we also pay a little bit cheaper than the conversion rate would suggest. So it's a little bit cheaper for us to have deluxe compared to having premium, but it's just not available in our territory. So that's what it is. It's the exact same thing as this, just minus the cloud streaming. Okay, the game trials. Game trials are interesting because they are not demos, they are actual trials. So you get like 2-3 hours or whatever into a game, and you get to try it out for free. I think that this is kind of like, it's okay. It's decent, but it's not great. And the reason that it's not great is that not every single game has a game trial. And even a lot of games that go on to have a game trial, they don't necessarily have it at launch. So you can't just try the game and see if you like it before purchasing, if you're excited to have it for it. If you are excited to have it day one. To me, game trials are the same level of importance as share play. It's something that I might use once in a while, and it might be really neat. If I do, but I wouldn't count on it. The classics catalog is absolutely useless to me. To me personally, I do not care to play classic games. Don't care for it. Okay, so by the way, me, I'm an extra, and I will never upgrade to deluxe or premium because all of these benefits, pretty much all of these four things, I do not care for. First, I don't have access to cloud streaming, so I only have three. I don't care for the classics catalog at all. In fact, to me, that is just a time waster. I would only maybe, kind of occasionally care about the game trials. And honestly, the Sony Pictures catalog, it's a wash. Again, that's kind of more like, look, if I could get rid of the Sony Pictures catalog and have the deluxe description that I have access to, even cheaper, I would. So there's no reason for me to go all the way to the final tier on PlayStation Plus, because really the best value for money is the extra tier on PlayStation. So now, when we take a look at this compared to Game Pass Ultimate, it's time to compare prices. So first, we're going to go month to month, because one very important thing to note is that there is no way to have Oh, this whole time I was talking and I wasn't sharing the screen. My goodness. Terrible, terrible person. Okay, sorry about that. The thing I don't like about Game Pass and PlayStation Plus high tiers is me paying for games I don't care about. What I would pay for is an indie only pass. Yo, definitely. If there was a way to have all of these things a la carte, to be like, oh, would you like to have 75 plus day one games? Oh, you do? Okay, here's the price, 29.99 per month. Oh, you don't? Okay, we'll remove 4.99 from that, from that bill. So you only pay like 25.99 or 24.99 or whatever it is. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. That would be fantastic if we could just choose the benefits that we wanted, because there's lots of things that you just have, well, I don't care. If we could pick and choose, it would be great. In fact, I would be willing to, if I could pick and choose, but pay a little bit of a higher premium, but just to be able to have just the things that I want, I might be tempted with that. What I mean by that is that if you take a look at, for example, what PlayStation Plus has to offer, if I could say, look, get rid of these Ubisoft classics, yeah, but bring me maybe these game trials down to like my own custom thing. Pretty much give me everything extra, I guess, but give me these game trials, and then maybe give me the Sony Pictures catalog just in case, and then put that there, and then I pay a price that's between the extra and the premium, somewhere in between the middle. I might be tempted with that because and I can get rid of these Ubisoft classics. I don't care about Ubisoft classics. I don't think Ubisoft cares about Ubisoft classics. Okay, let's take a look at pricing. On Game Pass, you cannot have any yearly payment. So you cannot save money by just paying for the year upfront. It will always be month to month, at least so far. So you will start at $10 a month. On PlayStation, for 1 month, you will start at $10 a month. Okay, so far, so good. Now, again, I would say that this is a draw. PlayStation Plus Essential versus Game Pass Essential is a wash. Really, there's going to be other things that make you pay for it. If you were to do extra, you will get $14.99 per month, and over here on Premium, you get $14.99 per month. But I think PlayStation Plus Extra is a much better value because it has access in Australia anyway to over 500 games versus the 200 plus game catalog over here. So it is nearly 3 times the amount of games, so 2.5 times the amount of games, for the same price. Okay. As far as the other benefits, I don't think that they're enough to make up for just the difference in the size of the library that you have access to. Okay. So there it is. And then finally, for premium, you pay either $30 a month on Game Pass, so for Ultimate, $30 a month, and then for PlayStation, it's only $18 per month. And again, here I think that PlayStation Plus wins just out of the sheer cost of it. Because if you're to do $18 per month, okay, over the course of a year, I'm pretty sure that's $216 that you're going to pay if you were to do it month to month, versus having to pay $360. That's $150 difference per year if you were to go for Ultimate versus PlayStation Plus Premium. But then PlayStation can reward you further by having you pay for, what is it? Blocks at a time. Okay, I'm not gonna care about the 3 month cost. You guys can, work out the math on that one if you want to. It is slightly cheaper to get 3 months compared to a single month, but it's cheaper again if you get the whole 12 months all at once. So you're just gonna go to the whole year payment. So if you are willing to pay upfront for the entire year coming ahead, the essential plan, instead of costing you $120 at the end of the year, will only cost you $80. Okay, so that is a substantial reduction. That basically means that you went from paying, let me pull out the calculator over here. So if you're doing $80 divided by 12, you went from paying $9.99 to paying $6.66. So that's about 30% reduction in your premium compared to if you were to pay month to month. For extra, you're going to have a very similar thing. So over here, $135 divided by 12, that means that you're paying $11.25 compared to paying $15. Is that reduction a little bit less actually? Let me check. 11.25 divided by 15. Yep, that is 25%. So I think that's actually a smaller reduction. Let me check. 6.67 divided by 10. Uh, yes, actually. You get a bigger discount on paying for essential compared to paying for extra because essential is a 34% save, basically 33% ish. Let's say 33% save. Whereas, so basically, what that would need to be, it would need to be 15 times 12, 180, and then multiply that by point, what would that be, 67? This would need to be $120, $120 or so, in order to give you the same percentage discount as Essential. So Essential is just really great value for money. What about for premium? Instead of paying $18 per month, you pay 160. So 18 times 12. So that's 216. And compared with that, 160 divided by 216. So this gives you about 26% roughly. So it's about the same percentage discount compared to extra. So you save about 25% off the total cost by going for the 12-month subscription. So that's what you can do pretty much anytime. However, if you are a new or a lapsed subscriber and you wait for a sales period, you can often get a further like 20 to 30% off of the 12-month subscription price. So basically, you can make premium go from being $160 for the entire 12 months to being like, I think I've seen it for up to like 40% off, but that was pretty rare. So let's just say 30% as a good way to kind of even out everything. So you can pay down to $112. $112, if you were to, wait for the right time and do everything and just be patient, in order to, maximize your earned dollars, you will be able to basically pay for PlayStation Plus Premium for less than a third of the price that it would cost you to pay for Game Pass Ultimate month to month at $30 a month. Because a third of 360 is 120. So you can pay less than that on PlayStation Plus if you happen to renew at a sales period that they're creating for PlayStation. It will have to be a few things lining up exactly, but even if you don't wait for that sales period, this is $160 that you can have access to all the time versus $360. That's a $200 save per year. That's crazy. So Only Driver says maybe they have the data that even with the price increase, enough people will still pay. Americans will support it. They might hate it now, but that's their brand. Look, I agree. I think that these people do not make these changes unless they know that they are going to benefit from it, that there will be a net positive result at the end of the day. Same thing when PlayStation Plus increased its price, because it was also quite a drastic increase. I think a lot of them went up by like 40%. And they just did a calculation that we think that even though this will be a pinch point, it won't be enough of a pain that people will, unsubscribe en masse, and it worked out for them. So that's why I highly recommend for you, if you're on PlayStation Plus, to let your subscription lapse and to only come back during a sales period when they give you a really, really good deal, and just pay for the yearly subscription of whatever tier level you happen to be at. But to me, Game Pass Ultimate is just too expensive to be competitive anymore compared to PlayStation Plus. It really doesn't matter what these things are, that's not going to happen. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that I'm not sure who is the avatar for this Game Pass Ultimate thing. If you are in here because you love what Game Pass Ultimate has to offer, I don't know if you can take advantage of it. First of all, what if you don't care about Ubisoft Classics? Do you care about that? Okay, you pay for the day one tier, especially including Call of Duty, because supposedly you want to play Call of Duty and you love Call of Duty. But now, how are you going to take advantage of that while having a Ubisoft Classics and you're playing Call of Duty all the time, but then you're also playing Fortnite in order to take advantage of Fortnite crew? Really? And what about EA Play? Are you playing those games? Really? Like, this feels a lot like, cable subscriptions. When you will be like, hey, my kids like watching Disney Channel. And then they'll be like, oh, great, fantastic. We can definitely give you Disney Channel. And you're like, yep, absolutely. I want Disney Channel. And they're like, yep, Disney Channel is part of our kids package or our family package. And like, okay, what's the family package? Oh, we'll give you access to Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, so and so forth, and this and that. And you're like, no, 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 no. My kids only watch Disney Channel. I just want it by itself. And then they're like, no, we don't do that. Or they'll be like, okay, well, listen, if you get the package, then you can have Disney Channel as well as everything else for an extra $15 per month. And you're like, oh God, really? And then they're like, but if you want Disney Channel by itself, we'll give it to you for $13 a month. And you're like, what? So if I have 9 channels, with including Disney Channel, I get it for 15, and they're like, yes, sirree. And then you're like, but then if I just want the thing by itself, I have to pay 13. They're like, yes, unfortunately, sir. Unfortunately, that's the way that is. So then you're like, but then I may as well just get the bigger package. And they're like, that's exactly what we've been telling you. I've just been trying to. No, no. This doesn't make any sense. There's so many things here I don't care about. Listen, I don't care about them. You know, I don't care about day one games. Okay, I know that sounds sacrilegious to people that love Game Pass for day one games, but I've always said day one games are the reason that Game Pass is dying. So I don't care about day one games. I don't care about Ubisoft Classics. I don't care about EA Play. I don't care about Fortnite. I've never played Fortnite. I've never played Fortnite. I don't think I've ever played a single round of Fortnite. I've downloaded Fortnite twice in my life, and each time I looked at the menu and I was like, I cannot stand this art style. I'm just like, nah, I can't do this. Can't do it. Deleted it both times. Okay, unlimited cloud gaming at the best quality. Listen, it sounds nice, but to me it's a bit like share play or game trials. It's like, I guess it's good to have it, but I don't want to be paying for it. I want it to feel like, oh yeah, you also have this other thing over there on the side, not something I'm paying for actively. In-game benefits, again, this is from the big thing. Online console, I don't know, man. I don't know. Another thing is that this thing says playable on PC, console, and cloud. Listen, how many gamers want to play games on the PC and the console and cloud often enough for that to really be the thing that you're putting forward? That's not me, man. That's not me. I don't like playing on PC. I don't have any opinions about playing on cloud. I use remote play, but that is again from like my PlayStation and with my own internet infrastructure. And I don't have to wait for anybody because it's my console that's acting as a server. So I don't know about this whole cloud experience and everything that is going to offer, but it doesn't really compel me, either way. I'm not tempted by it. I don't know, man. And I'm never going to do the rewards thing unless they're like, oh, you turn on your console today. Here is like $1 worth of points. Then I guess I might use it just incidentally. But this idea that I have to turn my search browser into Bing and I have to do missions and complete things to get rewarded, I'm not gonna do that. That's not gonna happen. Nobody has time for that. Okay. Let's see. El Apache, the people that will pay for it will be the parents that hardly won't play games but keep Ultimate to keep the kids size on Xbox. Yo, El Apache, man, you must be looking into my mind because that's what I was about to say. I was about to make this statement. Game Pass is no longer for you and it's no longer for me. It is for our theoretical children. Now, for some people, you don't have theoretical children, you have real children, so that's who it's for. If you are a parent and you have like 3 kids, right? And your kids are aged between the ages of like 8 and 18, right? Game Pass Ultimate makes a lot of sense. You can log onto your console as long as they share just, I guess just a few consoles between them. And then you can just let them play the games available on the bigger catalog. In fact, you might be able to do multiple consoles so that each of them has the console. It'll be a little bit expensive to set up, but once you do that, and then you log onto all of them with your Game Pass Ultimate account, there's sub accounts that are in that console. The secondary account can access those games through your account, and then That's it. They will be able to have 400 plus games. You pay $360 per year, sure. But now these are three children, okay, that are playing it. They have the time to spend on it because, what are they going to do during the summer holidays? You don't want them out. You don't want it out there in the heat or getting into trouble. So you put them, they play games like, between 8 to 16 hours per day, and they're just going to consume a lot of content, and it could actually save you money instead of spending, individually. Oh, dad, we all want a copy of this. Maybe they all play Fortnite, in which case you'll be like, well, I'm balling, because now you don't have to pay for the battle pass three times, because the battle pass is supposed to be like what, $12 or something, or $10 or something. Now that battle pass alone could be the same, once you multiply it by three, could be the same as the entire cost of Game Pass Ultimate, but it includes the Battle Pass. I'm not sure if that will be included on their accounts. Oh, actually, that's a good point. I don't think that'll be included on their accounts, so maybe not that one. Point is, you could make it work. If you are a parent and you have two or more children that are video gamers and everything like that, and they are going to take advantage of this, that's where it makes sense. But a lot of children don't care for Xbox. They want the Spider-Man console, they want a PC, they want, what their favorite streamers have. I don't know, man. But the point is that was the only thing I could work out. That was the only play I could see where a person will be like, yeah, Ultimate is still worth it for me. Not because it's worth it for you personally, but because it is worth it for you and your children, or for you and your spouse and your children, or for you and at least your spouse. At least that has to be the only potential people that could make this make financial sense for them. Otherwise, you're a big fan of Xbox and you're just going to do this because it's your fandom at play. In which case, it is what it is. We are each allowed to like things, and sometimes we pay a little bit too much for them. We are aware of that, but it is what it is. Okay, X Zone. Not enough Xbox exclusive released in a year to justify paying. Yo, listen, I think that they have released a lot of Xbox exclusives. The problem is, I don't think that all of them appeal to me. And again, like you said, none of them appeal to me so much that I would justify paying $30 per month. And I was saying this yesterday. It is a weird trap in that if Game Pass serves you a game that you truly love, that you truly immerse yourself in, you should not be playing that game through Game Pass. Because if you're going to spend hundreds of hours in a single game, then you're not taking advantage of any of the other benefits, and it will be cheaper pretty much immediately for you to just buy that game outright a la carte. That is the crazy thing. That is the crazy thing. And that's why we always say that these things are not going to work out in the realm of gaming. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like a book. If you find a book through a subscription service that you truly love and you truly enjoy, and you're just devouring that book and it's got lots of content, it's better for you to pay for that book outright. It's better for you to just do it outright. Lionel, hey man, what's good, man? Always good to have you here. By the way, guys, somebody take me up on my offer, man. You guys cannot be this antisocial. The Discord link is in the chat description there. Somebody get on this thing so that I have somebody to talk to. Because this is crazy. This is crazy. Somebody has to pick up the mic. So yeah, I think that the pricing is just too much. I think that Microsoft has just put themselves in a position where it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense for the majority of people, unless you're a parent, or I guess maybe you could be in a share house situation where all of you happen to be gamers and everything like that. Maybe you could make that work, but basically, it just can't be you by yourself anymore. I can't see a single person that is super heavy into Call of Duty, super heavy into Fortnite, loves the Ubisoft classics, uses EA Play all the time. I'm like, boy, you're paying $30 a month, and 98% of the benefits you will not see in that month. It's crazy. It's crazy. Pay for your games outright. Yo, El Apache, you're anti-social, man. It's so good, man. I just need somebody to come up. I want voices from the community. We need to make this an acceptable thing over here where we just come up and we talk our shit and we talk together. So, you guys help me out. Help me out here, man. Come on. Let me You know, somebody come up and to the microphone. Okay, listen. In the meantime, while you guys are deciding which one of you is going to, come up to the microphone and just, spit your bars, I think we should have a little bit of Slay the Spire, right? Let's just end the stream on a positive note by watching me die again. Okay, so yeah, how does that sound? Okay, because otherwise, I don't know. One of you may never come up, in which case this entire thing will be a complete failure. But yeah, I bought Slay the Spire again, and this time I'm on PC. It is 4 a.m. where you are. That's crazy, man. What are you doing now there? What is going on for you to be there at 4 a.m.? Right now it is what is it? It's 6 p.m. in Australia. So if it's 4 a.m. for you, I assume you're in the States because that's 14 hours difference. You're in the States or you're somewhere in that time zone near the States. Lionel, you should be asleep, my man. This isn't good for you. It isn't good for your health. All right. So, guys, we're just going to put some Slay the Spire on while we wait for people to maybe come through. If you're watching the stream, don't worry. You can come to any time. We can pause Slay the Spire, do whatever we gotta do. Listen, I'm gonna have to make this a little bit smaller. I don't know exactly. We're going to just move that maybe somewhere like there. Okay. This man is half asleep. Lionel, I'm gonna have to make these streams. It's my fault. It's my fault. We're gonna have to make the streams when you are available to actually play. Okay? Well, to come through and have a chat. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see what we can do. So I bought it again on Steam, but this is a first playthrough. There we go. Because we haven't played in a while. And even though I'm on my gaming sabbatical, that's a sabbatical from the PlayStation 5. This is on PC. It's different. Does that sound like I'm cheating? Yes, it does. That does sound like I'm cheating. Listen, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do here. Listen, we're just gonna go for it, okay? I don't have time to really consider all of the options. Let's return. Wait, what are we doing? Select the start room. Oh, they don't give me the bonuses. Okay, I guess we will go. I want to do at least 2 elites. Let's see. We want to do 2 elites, right? No, we only get the 1. Okay, 1 elite. I don't want too many shops, so I guess we'll go this way. Come down this way. Yeah. This title alone is vicious. 3:30 a.m. You people are doing the best. All right, you're doing the most. Okay, so let's go ahead and double defend there. Actually, can I? Oh, okay. So I still have to activate it. Okay. Let's end turn. Yo, peoples. Alright then. Everybody's tired. Everybody says, Emmanuel, you need to put your streams at a certain time when people are actually awake. Okay, I see you people. Man, it's so weird playing this on the it's so weird playing this with the mouse. It feels so slow. I don't know. I thought the mouse would feel faster than this. I don't think that's going to win if I do that. So let's double block again. That's crazy. Why does it feel so slow? Alright. Now, if you people don't know anything about Slay the Spire, you just let me know. I'll explain things as I go. But I think Alapachi is the one here that I know is definitely been looking forward to me, playing this game again. So, we're just going to do it for his benefit. Okay, so let's see. We're going to take Whirlwind. Affecting everybody could be interesting, especially on a turn like this, but I don't get that. Let's do some block and some damage. My idea is that if I get Whirlwind, I could attack. You know what? We'll just kill you. We don't need to take. Actually, hold on. I should have done that. Let me just defend there. What time do it be? So usually it's going to be closer to... Oh, this is only going to do 9 damage? Ah, that's annoying. I forgot about the debuff. It doesn't matter. We'll just take the hit. Usually it's at 10:30 for me when I do the 60 frames no lag. It's 10:30 in the morning. So there it is. It's a black screen. Oh no, what is going on? This whole time, I didn't know that I was in a black screen. Okay, hold on. Let me see what I can do. Uh, yeah, maybe I should go. No, not that. Let me adjust these settings. It's going to return, right? I don't know exactly what's going on, but let's go. Yes. Let me quit out of this. And then hopefully when I launch it again. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's happened to it. It should just be working on the screen. But you know, it's PC, guys. You know, just always blame PC. Okay. All right. So let's see. What do we have? I think this should be. I like. I do like Carnage though. I do like Carnage. I am a fan of Carnage. But I do like Damage All. Let's take Cleave. Okay. That's PC for me, man. That's always PC. So I have this silly border now just to make sure that things don't go awry, but that's fine. We always take the golden idol. That's okay. We'll lose the max health. I don't really want to lose 20. This elite. Let's go this event just to see. Upgrade a card. Oh, that's interesting. Or we could transform a card. So not that, but let's take a look. I could upgrade Whirlwind. That's good. I'm gonna upgrade Whirlwind. Let's just do that. That could make it do some damage. Let's take a combat. And in fact, I think using Whirlwind here does 24 damage. I think that does more than everything. And the next turn is going to pretty much be block cards, go low. So let's defend twice, and then let's attack again. Now, unfortunately, this guy scales up pretty quickly. So we do want to kill him pretty... Oh, that's easy. That upgrade is already paying dividends. Okay, Juice will allow me to heal myself a little bit while getting some max health, which is okay. Pommel Strike is interesting. To draw one card. Yeah, that could be interesting. Let's go over here. First is going to be the Sentries, and I should do one Whirlwind for this one, but not necessarily right now, right? So let's just defend, and we just do a double defend there. Okay. Let's see. Whirlwind over here will do 24 damage to everybody, but that does mean that I will take 18 damage in return, which is a little bit shite, to be honest. I wish I had a Whirlwind last time. So what if I do this? I'll still do some damage to people, but it's okay. You know, this is a... I was close to maximum health anyway, you know, and who wants that? So over here, this does 8 damage. This will do 24, which is just shy of what I need to kill this guy. What if we do something like this? Okay. Well, at least we killed one of them. We're going to take a little bit of bruising there, but that's alright. Kill you, and kill you. Yeah, I don't really like using the mouse for this. I thought the mouse would actually be much better, but it just feels extremely slow. Okay, so let's see. I don't like any of these. Maybe we get Body Slam, but I don't have any block generation right now. We'll skip. Let's continue. Let's skip card. Over here, we're going to do an upgrade. I guess we could do Bash. That's okay. Yeah, Pommel Strike. We'll upgrade Pommel Strike. Let's get more cards in our hands. Do I want to go to this shop right now? No, still not enough money, really. I like to go with at least 200. Over here, again, this is cool, but I don't have any defense cards. Let's see. I want to defend. Actually, I have Orichalcum giving me 6 block if I don't have any. So I guess we'll use that. Try to make use of our relic. Not make it go to work. Yo, the heck is this game, man? It is Slay the Spire. If you haven't heard of it, it's a really good game. It just requires you to, you know, make the right choices. It's a rogue-like deck builder. And since you're new here, I guess, since you haven't seen this game, we're going to explain a little bit more about the decisions that I'm making. So here it is, dual wield. I'm not going to pick any of these cards. I'm going to remove my strike cards eventually. War Cry, draw one card, put a card from your hand onto the top of your draw pile, and exhaust. This is okay, but I decided to draw one card. What if... Oh, well, I actually didn't mean to add it. Whatever. I guess we have it now. Let's see. What is the upgrade? Draw two cards. That's okay. Okay, so over here we have our strike cards, which will do damage. Our block cards, which will, you know, block damage. And then we have some, you know, things that have, you know, special effects that will eventually, you will learn as you watch. If you're still here after a while, you will understand the flow of the game. The boot, whenever you will deal 4 or less on blocked attack, increase it to 5. An okay relic, just okay. Not great, not the worst, I suppose. Just a-okay. Let's see. Over here, even though I take damage, it's still less than before, and Orichalco means I only take 3. So let's see. Over here, what do we have? We have 24 damage. Can't block for everything. But we can do 24, and then I'll block for 6 and I'll take 3. I suppose that's not the worst, but we also don't have to do it immediately. We could just take our time and, you know, do damage as we want to. So let's see. Over here, what do we have? So let's draw one card. Let's take a defense, put it on the top of the draw pile. Attack here. There we go. Now from here, we should be able to finish him off with pretty much anything. We'll finish off with a good old whirlwind. Okay. Uppercut is definitely what we're going to take. It does 13 damage, 1 weak, and 1 vulnerable, which we like. Alright, what do we have in the shop? First shop of the game. Pick 5 potions, that's okay. I'm happy with the potions that I have. Upgrade could be interesting, allowing me to draw more cards and also have energy to spend. That penalty though of losing 6 HP is a bit steep. Rampage could be interesting, but it's hard to scale. Inflame could be interesting, especially with Whirlwind. Actually, I think we're going to take an Inflame, and I'm going to remove a card. I'm going to remove a basic Strike. Do I want to remove a Strike? Yes, I'm going to remove a Strike. And I'm going to keep the potions that I have just because I don't want to spend the extra money. And I could take a Shockwave. That could be a good card, but I like letting cards come to me. I hate paying for cards that I'm not particularly excited about. So we'll leave it at this for now. Okay. Over here, the monster is here. So I guess we didn't get lucky. We're going to attack this guy, I guess. And we're just going to take 3 because Orichalcum is going to save us for some there. Okay. So we're going to Whirlwind here because I'll do 24 damage. And I'll get rid of the first guy, and then we're only going to take 3 from the second guy. So because of Orichalcum, once again giving us 6 block automatically. That is the relic over here. Okay, so the relics here have special effects. And one thing about me is that I always forget about the special effects. You know, that really annoys me when I do. But that's what it is, okay? So let's see. We're going to do 8 damage. That's enough to get out of here. It gives us a relic, meat on the bones. If your HP is at or below 50%, you will heal 12 at the end of combat. Good thing to keep in mind. Healing Blow. This could be interesting because you can upgrade that card as many times as possible. And I don't have any good upgrade targets besides it. So I'm going to just upgrade this card. This entire one, I'm going to just do Searing Blow upgrades. So over here, let's see. Only 3 energy. Let's see. I have a person asking me about photos. I should probably answer like a professional, people. I should try making some money. Okay, let's draw one card. Let's put a card. I guess we'll put a defend. We'll just do this. We'll get the Orichalcum. So let's just try to get rid of this guy. Let's see. This does 18 damage. That kills you. That's enough. We don't need fancy stuff. Okay. Add 2 wounds for block. I don't mind block. I would like block cards. Let's do that. That can be a little bit annoying sometimes. But we're going to upgrade Searing Blow. And pretty much every time you upgrade it, it's going to get more powerful. And the upgrades get better than the last ones. So let's see. This one, we're just going to attack. So the reason I'm going to remove strikes is that they just don't really last long into the game. They're not really that powerful later on in the game. So there we go. This one is going to go to defensive mode now. And now if I start to attack him, he's going to do 3 damage back to me. So if I'm going to do that, I need to time my attacks properly. But I can take some damage. I have some health to spare just in order to do this. This I'm going to put power through into the top of the next pile. And I don't need to attack him again. That's fine. And the reason I want power through is that he's going to do 16 damage to me. So we're going to do 15 block over here. And then we might as well apply this. And that does a perfect block. And we just want to whittle him down. Over here, this will do 10 damage. So that would be 30 damage. Not quite enough. We're going to try. Let's see. Okay, we can block for 10. Or I could just take it. Let's just do some damage. Let's just take the hit. Yeah. We're just going to take the hit there. Kinda sucks, but it is what it is. Now we are 10 will be too much. Yeah, let's just do... I suppose we can just attack him for no reason. Okay. So 9 I will take. Can I block? I'm going to do 1 block and then just attack him there. Take 4 rather than 3, but it was probably worth it just to chip away at his health. And then over here, let's see. I would like to block this, so let's try to block that. And these wounds are unplayable. I don't want too many of them, so that would be good if I don't do that all of the time. Not doing that all of the time will be a really great thing. Because otherwise they start to pile up. So over here, this is my cards. Sorry, I keep pressing the wrong thing. Let's make you weaker. That's 12. And we're just going to attack you. Right? Sometimes you just have to hit him harder than he can hit us. That's all we're gonna do. So let's attack. Excellent. He only has 1 HP there. So it means I can do some big damage to him. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. I could have done some big damage to him. Only 38 health. Then we done this and then we almost win the game. Except there's probably more to come. There's okay, let's just get out of here. Boom. Killed him. Okay, I can drink this. Get my max health so I can keep the fear potion. Oh, feed. Feed, we're definitely going to take feed, right? Feed is just fun. If I kill with feed, I get max health. Okay. I definitely do not want the fusion hammer because it means I can no longer upgrade my searing blow, and that's not going to be good. Over here, the mark of pain will, at the start of my turn, add 2 wounds into my draw pile. Not the funnest thing, to be honest. And the coffee dripper means that I will gain energy, but I can no longer rest at rest sites. We're going to take the coffee dripper here because I don't want to rest at the rest sites anyway. Okay, I have the meat on the bone. I have the burning blood, which will heal me for 6 HP. So that's what we're going to do, right? We're just going to play that way. Now, I still want to see if I can get more than 1 elite. There's only 1 path with more than 1 elite. So that's the path that we're going to take. I would like to take quite a few combats, I guess. We're just going to fight our way up there. I don't think that was necessarily the best plan, but it is the plan that we have. So over here, I'm just going to do damage here. Just going to let Orichalcum stand for us and help us out. That's what we're going to do. Let's get some strength. This, I'm going to take power through and I'm going to put right there. Actually, maybe that whole power through, sorry, that whole war cry wasn't that bad because I can block for turns like this. In fact, that's okay. I'm just going to do 40 damage here. Get out of here. Whirlwind is made so much better with the extra thing. Heal, no. I kind of want to keep these guys. The weak potion is good, but I think we're gonna leave it behind. Another inflame will make whirlwind even stronger, so we're going to go for that. Now, this one is going to knock everything down. Let's see, how will we play this one? If I play this one, it should do 32 damage, but these guys are in the air. So we'll do 16 damage to each of them, but then they will be knocked down. I really wish I had extra energy here, but I can use Warcry. So let's try this. Let's try doing this. And then they're all going to fall. Then we're going to use Warcry to put feed into the next drop pile. And then we're going to end our turn. And then we will try to feed on as many of these guys as possible. So 10 damage will eat you, and then we get 3 max health. And then I don't even have to defend, but I will make you down to 1 health. Okay, so my idea here is basically try to just cycle through the deck as quickly as possible. That's really it. So this will be 10 damage. That's okay. We can pretty much block that perfectly. And I don't want to play any of these because they will kill them. But this one, yeah, that's okay. We'll see. We'll see if we can feed on more than 1 bird. Actually, wait, does feed? Oh, feed is exhausted. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, I can't even use it again. So let's just kill these guys. Feed is exhausted at the end. I forgot about that. Meaning it's no longer part of my thing. Let's see. Burning Pact. Exhaust 1 card and draw 3. Another Searing Blow or double my block. I'm going to take Burning Pact just because, again, I'm not generating enough block right now. Maybe later on we'll be able to get it. Let's see. This isn't really the greatest. I want to see what cards I get before I use Inflame. Yeah, let's just do that. Right. And then we're just going to block 1 more time. Almost full block there. Only take 1 damage. That's okay. Can I do that again though? That's a good question. Burning Pact. Let's exhaust this card. Let's make you weak. So 15 damage I have to block. Look. We're just going to take it. Okay, so I'm down by 10. This is going to do 42. I can do the same thing as I did before. So I do the damage there, but then I'm going to use Warcry to put my feed back into my hand next time. What tower card game is this? Oh my god. It's not a tower card game, man. It is what do you even call this? Whatever it is, somebody say it in the chat. I don't know. It is a work-like deck builder something. Don't make me laugh, tower card game. Oh my god. Okay. Let's see. Dual wield could be interesting because I could dual wield the Searing Blow. That could be really good later on. I guess we go for that. We're gonna try it. I never tried that strategy before, but we're gonna go for it. Okay. I need to also remember, I need to make sure that I focus on something dark side, right? Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I need to make sure to do. Feeding. That I focus on feeding. That's what I wanted to say. Let's burn a strike in order to get 3 more cards. Nothing that interesting. I could do with the uppercut, but it's not that interesting either. I could see about that. I was trying to see if I could get the feed, but I'll probably get it next turn. So let's see, what do I want? Definitely power. Oh, I could have dual wielded the power card. Okay, that works on power as well. So that would have been interesting, but I didn't do it. Okay, So it doesn't matter. I don't want to use this because I want to feed on you. So I guess we'll just do the uppercut. That's okay. Next time I'll do with the power. Because I will know, won't I? Well, that's not a really great turn. That's going to do a little bit of damage, to be honest. Not really in love with that. Maybe draw one card. Yeah. I'll make that there. Then I can feed on you. Excellent. And now I'm going to just take the hit here. Take 4. Okay. Let's make you a little bit weaker. Let's keep attacking. We should pretty much be out of here pretty soon. Take a few more hits for the road, but we should be able to survive whatever comes next, really. And we can get out of here. Okay. Let's see. Iron Wave. Iron Wave is interesting, but I want upgraded cards now. So let's just keep the rewards. Now, over here, not on the map. Feed is an attack card. That means I can dual wield it. Okay. So let's see. What if I do that? Okay, yeah. I could dual wield that as well. Keep that in mind. Let's go ahead. Let's come to the shop. This one will upgrade an attack card whenever I see it, and I really like that. So we can definitely do this one. Blood for Blood is interesting. Don't always love it, but I feel like it could be good, and I do want more attack or more attacking power. And I can get the card remove, or this one, 50% chance to exhaust, which means I could get feed more of the time. Interesting. Interesting. Which other cards of mine exhaust? So I have feed that will exhaust, and this one Warcry will exhaust, and that's it. So just 2 cards, but it could be interesting. Or I could remove a card. Yeah, I'm gonna remove a strike, and I'm gonna bring Blood for Blood. Okay, that is enough for us to move forward. Okay, let's see what we've got here. A bunch of pain is what we have. I think that's what you call this. I think you call this a bunch of pain. Let me just throw the vulnerable on that guy. Let's see what card we get. You know what? We're just gonna put defend up there. Let's attack. Oh look, that's enough to actually kill somebody. That was actually decent because I only take 8 damage now. Okay, that's alright. We can work with that. Now let me dual wield over here, and I'm just going to do the power. Then I'm going to do one big block, and that'll be it. So not the best, but it's more of a setup turn. Now this will do 26 damage. This one will going to do 48 damage. So I will take out pretty much everybody. Yeah, let's do that. And then what I want to do is just wait, take a bit of damage so I can feed on that guy. So we're going to try to, there we go. Boom, that worked out pretty well. So we can increase our thing. And then the fear portion came back, so I'm glad I used it. Iron Wave Plus. See, we're being rewarded now. We are being rewarded for being patient. Okay, I want to get to this elite as well. And we're going to go buy the upgrade. So let's go over here and we're going to buy the upgrade. We could upgrade feed as well, because this will give us more max health. Nah, I'm still going to stick to Serum Blow. We need to be able to kill people very quickly, and I want to have a small deck of cards if possible. Let's see. 24 damage to everybody, but then this guy will make it so that I am vulnerable. That means this is going to do 15. Not the greatest in exchange policies, to be honest. Would love to kill this guy first, but that's not gonna happen. If I inflame, then it's going to do 10 damage, and then it's going to be 30. You know what? It is what it is, right? I could get 7 block, but that's okay. I will get 6 block. or a calcum anyway. Being vulnerable twice isn't my favorite thing, but what am I going to do? Let's see over here, what card do I get? Let's put, I don't think I'm going to be attacking this turn. So let's see over here. Defense, strength, and you know what? Is it cleave or subs? Let's just do that. Take a bit of a hit. I actually shouldn't have played the defense because Orichalcum does more protection. Okay, so let's see here. Let's attack there. That's 8. We're going to burn the defend. And then we're just going to do a whole bunch of damage here. Take 2. And now we are within feeding territory. And I think this is enough to feed on him. Excellent. Feed is going to be the way that I heal. I could heal now. You know what? I'm going to heal now. And then swap that potion over. Okay, Thunderclap, Impervious is finally good block. So, let's see. Or Thunderclap, applying damage to all enemies again. You know what? Let's go for the good block. We need some decent block cards if we're going to make it to the end of the game. And I never focus on my block. I get so tunnel vision into doing more and more damage that I often just forget about blocking. So I am definitely not losing 47% max HP for 5 apparitions. That is not happening. No thank you. No thank you. No thank you. Okay, over here, defense cards are not that interesting to me. So let's see what we got. We got Impervious over here. That's 22 damage. That could be happening there. I've got Uppercut. I've got some extra. Let's see, when I wake up later, I'm gonna get my physical copy of Ghost of Yote. Hey man, that's excellent. Andrew Wilkins, by the way, welcome man. Welcome. Slay the Spy is amazing, as you know. Shays. You know what? I'm going to play this just to get the block. Could be a little bit early to play it, but I want to do some damage. And we use 2 potions. Let's see. Let's just throw the vulnerable there. And then let's apply Searing Blow. Okay. Let's see. Whirlwind. So that would be 24 damage to everybody. Let's get strength first. There we go. The good thing is not attacking me again. 24 damage. Hold up. We're going to do Warcry first. We could burn that. Let me just do this one. And then just attack. Alright, let's see. Where is my feed at? Feed is in my discard pile. So let's see. What are we going to do in the meantime? Let's get some strength. I don't necessarily want to kill this turn. So we're just going to do that for now. I would love to get feed on this turn. Yes, thank you very much. Okay, there we go. Extra healing. And I really want Tori. Whenever I would receive 5 or less damage, reduce it to 1. That's excellent because we don't actually want to block a lot. This one is upgraded. This one is upgraded. I don't want to add that many cards though, so I'm just going to leave that go. I just want to keep this deck pretty small. I want to remove cards if anything. Double tap is interesting. Dual wield again could be interesting, especially for that feeding. That could be good, but it's not upgraded. And honestly, if cards are going to come to my hand, I would like them to be upgraded. Let me remove another strike. Okay, let's see. Obtain a relic, but I get cursed. Do I want to be cursed? If I'm cursed, I'll be doing less damage at the end of the turn. and there's probably no way for me to remove that curse. I'm gonna leave it alone. I could do another event. Yeah, why not? Let's see what you got. Remove all strikes and receive 5 bites. Only lose 35 health, 30 max health, which I could get back. That 30 max health. But then I've done so much work to remove my strikes. There's only 2 of them. So I'll be getting more cards in return. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm fine the way I am. Let's upgrade this again. Steering Blow is starting to do some good amounts of damage there. Okay, let's do... Actually, there's nothing much for us to play here. I'm not going to play any of these. I might as well play this card and then just let it be. 14 damage. Look. Let's see. I guess this guy. I mean, no real point. Okay, only 2. I don't want to add the wounds right now. I'm feeling like we just take the hit. Yeah, we'll just take the hit. Just take the 8 damage in return. There we go. Let's weaken you a little bit, champ. Let's get some block over here. That's 5. That'll be something. And then we get that. Look, this is just going to hurt. There's no way around it. That just hurt. Let's see. Let's exhaust that card. I have a feeling that I want to dual wield a bunch of uppercuts. Okay. Let's see if we get through the champ. I personally do not really like this guy. Not really my favorite guy to go up against. So, you know, we'll see what we can do. That will be 36 damage. Yeah, let's just go for it. Okay. The hero down under, I'm playing Slay the Spire. That's what the game is called. Slay the Spire. And the Spire doesn't really like being slain. Let me tell you that, man. It really does not like being slain. So it does a bunch of very mean things to make our life very difficult. So that's what happens. Okay, let's see. Burning Pact is pretty good. Getting 3 cards. You know what? Let's exhaust the strike. I don't mind applying that. Okay, now he's going to get angry, and basically he gets way stronger, which is why I don't really love it. Let's exhaust these wounds. That's 30. I'm blocking for 15. I guess I can survive one of those. That was okay. Let's try to get rid of this guy. Okay, one more good hand of hitting like that, we should be fine. Hold up. Maybe hold up. Maybe I can do this. That's 39, and then I can feed on you. Boom. Excellent. Okay. Oh, feed plus. Interesting. Bludgeon is interesting. Demon form. Super interesting. I'm going to go for feed plus. I said interesting to a lot of things. And I think we're going to go for the pyramid. I definitely cannot play with Runic Dome because it means that we will no longer see the enemy intents. This one will reduce how many... Actually, no. This one just gives me extra energy. But the Runic Pyramid means that I no longer discard my cards at the end of my turn. Make it easier to feed on people. So we're going to go for that. We're going to hope that that is a good strategy. Okay. I just want to have multiple elites. So I guess I only have 2 paths to choose from. I would like to have a shop. No, I don't really care about a shop. I don't really have that much money to care about the shop. I might as well kind of go for this shop down here then, because then I can go Actually, no, there is a way to get a shop here. That could be decent. So then I'm going to play it down this way then. Okay, so let's get rid of this guy first. I don't really have to take damage here. Why? Because I can just double defend. Yeah, let's try double defend. Let's see how we go. White. I want to exhaust my cards. So let's just get rid of the defend cards. Let's see. 36. I would like to feed on at least one of you guys. So that would be, you know, wonderful if I could do that. We might as well just attack you, for example. We can just attack you. Okay, time to feed on people. If I whirlwind right now, everybody will be a little bit too dead. So I can feed on you, get 4 extra health, and then I can attack you, make you weaker, and then I can attack, and then leave you at 2, and I have one more feed card that I want to cycle through. I'm just gonna play defense just to get this out of my hand. It's going to come. I just have to be patient. Just have to be patient. It's going to come. Yeah, it is. Boom. Okay. 7 extra health for doing that. Over here, True Grit could be interesting, but I'll have to upgrade it, and I don't like to upgrade it. We're gonna take Iron Wave Plus. Let's go up this way. I begin to fall. I can lose your win, lose inflame, or lose a strike. Definitely lose a strike. Thank you. What a wonderful event that was. Okay, this guy can be a little bit challenging, but we don't have to worry too much at the moment. We can attack him here and then do that. We take some damage, but we can heal. Am's favorite game. Oh yeah, Heward Down Under. You haven't seen Slay the Spire yet? It's going to be cool. He says he's not the game watching type. Listen, man, I fully understand it, man. I fully understand it. Even me, myself, I don't really... Sometimes I'm like, why do people even watch me, man? You know what I'm saying? You know, but it is what it is, you know. If you are not that way, I fully understand you, my bro. I fully understand you. Alright, let me get some extra cards here. I guess I'm just going to play this one, just to get it out of my hand. Now, the bad thing about wound cards is that they will stay in my hands. So I'm very glad I have this card over here to allow me to exhaust them. Okay, let's see. I would like to do some stupid amount of damage, but that's doing 16 back to me. That's not particularly fun. And I do need to clear my hand a little bit. So let's just kind of work out how to get some protection there. I would like to not take stupid amount of damage in return. Okay, I think I can just... Oh no, that's a bit too much now. Oops, sorry. I think we are within feeding territory. I think this is enough to feed on you. Thank you. Thank you for your... Ah, there it is. True Grit Plus. See? Waiting is a good thing. Because True Grit Plus means I can choose which card is exhausted. I don't have to leave whatever the RNG gives me. We do not want that because that'll give us a curse. This is alright. We can just leave it as it is. Okay. This is okay. This is okay. I'm just going to dual wield that. Let's put that for next turn. That's doing 30 damage. Not the greatest amount of damage, honestly, that I would like to survive through or receive. Nope, that's just back to 30. I guess I was just meant to take 24 damage this turn. That just sucks. 22 is a little bit better. I have too many cards in my hands now. So I'm gonna have to just get rid of some. You know what? Let's just Sacrifice a few things there. That's okay. This guy was always going to be tough to get through, so we're just going to take it easy with him. And I'm going to sacrifice this feed over here. I don't need that one. And I'm going to bide my time. Yeah, let's just bide my time. Okay. Now this is the time where we should be able to punish him. So first, second, 36 damage is not particularly great, but we could survive it. 7 by 3, not great again. I would like some energy, that would be cool, but we'll just play this in order to have. Okay. We can get rid of this card. We can play this guy. And I think we can feed on you to finish things up. Okay, not bad. Definitely the most amount of damage we've had to suffer, but that's okay. We'll do a headbutt plus. And we're going this way. Go immediately to the boss. No thank you. We have a lot of feeding to do in between. And a lot of upgrades of Searing Blow. 42 damage. Not bad. Okay, this is a good idea why we good reason to upgrade Searing Blow. Okay, this is going to do pretty well. Hold on. Let's see. This will do 24 damage, which will be enough to kill them. If I upgrade it, it will do 20 damage. You know what I want to do though? I want to duplicate that. And then next turn, I can kill them all. Okay. So, this should work out. Except I'm going to take some damage from that guy. Let's see. That's okay. That's okay. I can revive. I can heal myself up later on. Over here, 30 though is not something that I want to take again. I think I've been a little bit non-diligent when it came to this thing. Actually, hold up. Let's see, what could I headbutt? I could headbutt the Burning Pact. Let's see. Iron Wave. For some extra block. And then headbutt. I want to headbutt Burning Pact again. 14 damage, but that's okay. Now we get 12 damage back. Okay, 26. Not particularly great, my friend. Not particularly kind, to be honest. I'm gonna use the Burning Blood over here. Draw some extra. Not particularly useful. We're gonna use that. Okay, well, I don't need you on that turn then. That's okay. This is finally a Searing Blow turn. I should have used this first, but that's okay. I think next time I can feed on him. So let's see. Feed only works on the main guys, not the minions, by the way. So we have to. Okay, not bad. Explosive Potion again. I'm gonna leave you behind. Thunderclap could be interesting. Yes, let's take Thunderclap. Oh, now this guy could be very challenging. Okay, but I think we can get away with it for the first time with just doing that. So basically, he does a lot of damage, but for whatever damage you do to him, he will do less to you. So for example, here, I'll do 10 damage to him, so he does 10 less damage to me. I'll do the same again. So he'll do 10 less damage to me again, and so on and so forth. And I think the rest I can just block, right? Yes. And he will go away after 2 turns. So the huge amount of health that he has isn't really a problem if you can manage his damage output. If you can manage his damage output. So that's the only caveat there. I do want to do True Grit and maybe Power. Yeah, so what we do is we do True Grit and we'll play that. We won't be able to feed on him at all. So there it is. Now it's going to do 60 damage. Not particularly nice. And that's why he can get so difficult to deal with. This one, yeah. We're not going to feed on him anyway, so I don't have any reason to keep the feeds in my deck. And this is the final turn, 70. And this will do 32 damage to him. Not particularly good enough, but we can do that for 30 block. Let's see, what cards options do we have? Sure. Let's see. Burn Impact will give us a little bit less energy. We could do some extra damage to him here. So that'll be 24 damage, and I'll use this potion over here to make it 44. So that'll be 14 damage. Not the greatest fight ever, to be honest, but it is what it is. Okay, Corruption. Corruption could be really good. Disarm is really good. Skills will cost 0 with Corruption. I think we go for Corruption. We're gonna go for Corruption. Just to be able to see if we can change up our how long it takes us to put damage down, because when it took way too long. I can get a full heal over here and increase my max HP. That's not bad. That's nearly 40 health that I will be getting there. And I'm not feel no pain. Whenever a car is exhausted, get 3 block. That goes really well with Corruption. If only I could get these 2, this would be really good. But I feel like I have to go for the feel no pain in order to get that block happening, because we do not have enough block for me to feel confident in anything. At the start of each combat, get 2 additional cards. Panache, every time you play 5 cards in a single turn, deal 10 damage to all enemies. That could also work well with their Corruption, but I don't have the money for it. Dropkick. Yeah, we're not going to put vulnerable on too many people. Dramatic Entrance, 12 damage to all enemies. And Exhaust. Could work well with the whole Corruption thing. We can't remove a card anymore. We could get some healing in a bottle. Let's get healing in a bottle, and then let's take Dramatic Entrance. Why not? Let's proceed. And we will see what we get here. Whirlwind is interesting. So let's do this. Let's do Dramatic Entrance. Okay. This guy will do 3 damage back to me. I'm gonna uppercut you. And I guess I'll just duplicate the Whirlwind there. Alright, hopefully we have a feed at some point. That's not great. Alright, let's try to get feed. Oh well, I guess we won't feed on you. And that's 10 damage with something else. Let's just do this. This will give me 8 block. Alright, so feed is here. But I've got to find a way to feed on you. And I'm getting a bunch of damage here. Let's do this. Let's see. On top of my draw pile. Oh, let's get True Grit again. Then let's bring it forward. And then let's block and exhaust this card. That's perfect amount of block. Okay. Corruption will make all the skills free, so we'll do that. Which card do I want to be on top? We can bring you back up there. Let's see. I would like to be able to block things. So, and I need a way to deal with this guy because I need to get some massive amount of blood to be able to attack him. Let's see. Now, can't attack you with that, sorry. Maybe this guy. And then hit with that. Excellent. Seems I'm getting a little bit of damage over here. That's okay. We will survive. Let's see. 26 is a little bit too much. This is going to be 19. So let's just attack you the old-fashioned way. And we can feed on you. We got our healing back. Do I want to heal now? For liquid bronze? I could get healing now. Now, let's leave it as it is. Seeing red, giving us a little bit more energy. Sounds good to me. 3, upgrade the card or the special relic. I'm going to upgrade the card in my deck. And not surprising anybody. Oh, I could upgrade corruption. That could be good. Because they only cost 2. Let's upgrade that. But it's probably going to be Searing Blow. Nothing here that I can actually do anything with. So we're just going to proceed. One last... Oh, this guy could be very dangerous. I don't want to play corruption right away. Just because it's going to reduce my percentage. Let's play this one next. Let's play this. And then let's attack you. Okay. Leave you as that. We're going to do defend. Defend. Attack. And then I take 1 damage, which means that the blood for blood gets 1 less. That's good. Let's see. I want to bring back Whirlwind. I guess I could play this card. Might as well. $30 damage is crazy, my friend. That is a crazy amount of damage you'll be doing to somebody that didn't do anything to you. That is a crazy amount of damage when I have done nothing to you, my friend. I can feed twice, so let's just play that. I'm nearly full block anyway, so let's just play a Thunder Strike. End the turn. Let's see, what do we want to do? I feel like now is a good time to play that card. So let's go, not impervious yet. Dual wield. Let's dual wield this guy. Not yet with that. We could play this guy. You know what, why not? Let's just try to get rid of you. Because otherwise this guy is going to outscale me. And it's going to be quite annoying to deal with. Let's attack. And then we're just going to get rid of these defensive cards. Get more. Let's just take a little bit more. I'm going to keep that card there in reserve. We're taking lots and lots of damage, but that was to be expected. So let's just attack this one. Let's exhaust that. Uh, get more block. Nearly, nearly. I feel like I want to heal up. 56, 45, that's 21 damage. I think I'll keep that for one more turn. So... and then I can feed on you exactly. Thank you for giving some health back. Whenever we obtain a curse, we increase our max HP. That won't matter. Flame barrier is going to be good. Excellent. We still do not have enough block. And we're going to upgrade Syrian block. Okay, this will be the end of the run if we manage to beat these guys. Alright, so what do we have here? A few cool things. I guess we'll just do... Oh, I shouldn't have played that. I forgot that he gets stronger when we played those particular cards. You know what, let's just kill you. Let's just kill the guy at the front. And we'll leave that for now. Take a bit of a hit here. We might as well drink our potions, right? We're just going to drink those potions. Yep, get 17 block. That sounds fantastic to me. Even if I feed on you guys. Actually, I could feed on you guys. But I don't think that there will be enough time. Let's at least get rid of one of you. Ah, I should have not gotten rid of that one. Okay, let's see. What do we have? We have a few options. I could double my feed. That's one way to do it. I could do 14 damage there and then 26. Yeah, that will do. Let's do that. Let's bring back Flame Barrier. Get some extra energy. Feed on this on you. Get a little bit more health. And then I guess we'll just leave it as it is. Yeah, we'll just leave it as it is. Okay, took some damage there. Wasn't particularly fun. But at least we can play Flame Barrier this turn. Attack that way. And then we're just going to hope to get rid of some of these guys. Feel No Pain would be great, but I don't really want to play a power because it's going to get more powerful. So let's see. Let's play you. And then even though this will not give me many cards in hand, I can at least burn you down. I want to defend and get rid of one of you guys. Okay, and then do I get your attack this turn or not? I don't think I get your attack this turn. But I could just do damage now, get rid of this card. Because there's no point feeding anymore. Yeah, might as well just get rid of that card. Okay. Let's apply the weakness. This is going to be 20 damage. You know what? We can try to make up for at least some of that. I only have 37 health here. I don't know if I'm going to make it. 53 damage is nice though. Gotta say. This card would exhaust if I play it. But I don't think I have the capacity otherwise. I feel like I have to play Corruption. Let's see. Game Pass now costs as much as Hargate's book. What is Hargate's boot? I didn't even know I could get super chats. That's crazy. Yo, when did I make that available? Yo, hey, D, you happen to be the first super chat of the channel, I think. You know. What is Hargate's book? $30? He's a writer? That's crazy. I didn't know. We have so many talented people in the gaming community, man. I'd love to hear if he is a writer. Look, I think I have to play Corruption. Otherwise, I think I'm going to just lose straight away. Okay, I guess I'll just play this guy then. So I can play my Syrian Blow. Oh, okay. I can dual wield something, but that's not going to particularly help me right now, is it? I need more block cards. Hold up, hold up. Let's attack here. That is painful. That is very painful. Flame barrier. 22 damage. Can I get 22 damage out of you? Yes, I think I can. Okay, can't play anything else. But we are in a position where we could feasibly, maybe, survive this. Maybe. Okay, so very first thing, let me choose a power. I'm going to choose you. So that when a card is exhausted, I get extra block. 22, need a little bit more than that. Let's attack, why not? And 16 block. I guess we're gonna go for the 16 block. And then attack. I don't think I have enough block cards to make it through this fight. I don't think I have enough block. Let's get rid of you. We're going to flame barrier this time. Take some big chunks out of here. What else do we want? That's 27, so I already have enough blocking. Let's do this. Bring back blood for blood. And then we're going to Searing Blow next turn, I guess. So we can bash. Searing Blow. Do this. Now he's only at 8 damage. Oh, this is 36. I was not paying attention. I was not paying attention to how much damage he was doing back to me. I was just thinking about killing him in this shot, but I didn't quite get there. Will we survive? Yes, we do. We survive thanks to the spikes. Okay, there we go, people. That is the first round of Slay the Spire done. Now listen, this guy happens to be one of my least favorite characters, the Ironclad. So I'm glad we kind of got through him, to be honest. And now we get to unlock the Silent, who is also not my favorite character. Yeah, so there we go. Okay, so let's see. D. Hagide, he has a book. What kind of a book does he have? Some dinosaur sci-fi thing. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Hey, listen, you know what? I'm proud of his talent, you know? Happy for him. Happy that he has a book. Never seen it. Obviously, I don't listen to him much because I think his gaming takes are super ridiculous, but it is what it is. That's just an opinion of mine. Happy he has a book though. But yeah, me being pony versus bot. Oh well. Listen, guys, thank you so much for having been part of the stream. I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing Slay the Spire again. For some of you, it was the first time seeing it. Look, I'm supposed to be on a gaming sabbatical, so you know, don't tell anybody that I had a little bit of gaming time. Um, Hope that you can forgive. But it was fun talking with you guys. I'm going to take off now because I have a bunch of people that are contacting me about, I don't know, like work or something. Apparently, people want me to work with them, which is nice because it means that I can get paid. Getting paid is nice. Getting paid is very nice. So I'm going to go attend to that. I hope that you guys had fun. D, thank you for the first super chat ever. That's crazy. You know, so I hope that I will see a lot of you return to the, you know, to the live streams and to the channel. Thank you for being here. I will talk to you later. Until then, see you.